Hey everyone, it's time for an outdoor PNN pop-up. It's kind of a chilly day here, which I'm not complaining, it's better than heat and humidity. It's Monday, June 9th, and I just thought I'd ask a couple of questions and then meet up with you later for our live stream at 7. Just a little housekeeping. I'm really aware that people used to get notifications that I'm on and that they don't anymore. I'm very aware of that. And I was even reflecting on, in the past, how I had subscribed to certain channels, pro-democracy, and I just kind of forgot about them because I didn't get any notifications anymore. And I definitely wouldn't go looking for a YouTube channel if I wasn't reminded to go and look for that YouTube channel. So I'm just gonna ask you all to just make a note. If you like being with us on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and you want to be with us, just write it down somewhere or give yourself a reminder, because we've had, dropping number of views, and it just seems so unnecessary because we have so much great information here. I'm not seeking advice. I'm just throwing that out there. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I am back at a location I like to come to often. Usually I'm higher up, but it's quite windy, so I didn't want my camera to knock over. This is the same location as the reenactment of the Battle of Bunker Hill will be taking place on June 21st here. So I'm going to come out and film it, and I was talking to an innkeeper yesterday, a local guy, and he said that it's going to be pretty amazing, and they're expecting about 10,000 people to come into town to watch the reenactment of one of the earliest battles of the American Revolution that was fought right here. But this is in Bunker Hill. There were battles fought here. This is called Stage Fort Park. And they're replicas of cannons down below me, but he said that they're gonna have the boats coming in and everything, like the British are coming. So I'm looking forward to it in 2 weeks. Not this Saturday, but the Saturday afterwards. Just a couple of things. I want to just look at, there are people in this fascist regime that are clearly mentally ill. And one is Tom Homan, and I don't mean that as an insult, even though I have no problem insulting people that are terrorizing people all the time. It's more an observation. I was watching, it might have been Luke Beasley's video where, he slowed down a clip of Tom Homan speaking, and he spits. He has a red nose. I don't know if he drinks. That's one clip I saw of him. He kind of slurs, and he just talks like a real thug, an uneducated, I don't know, no emotional intelligence, just really just base disgustingness. And that's kind of like the way this fascist regime is. I want everyone to take heart, because I really just know that they're failing. They're failing in a huge way. And I keep on urging everyone to stop thinking that they are so powerful, because that actually gives them power. When you're afraid, energetically, when you're afraid of them, when it brings up fear, you're helping them energetically. So let's not do that. So the question I'm going to ask, and I just brought my these cards, is what's wrong with him? What is wrong with him? Is he mentally slow? Some people are born with deficits in their brain ability. Some people are smarter than others. It is what it is, right? So I'm pulling 3 cards about, what is wrong with Tom Homan? I definitely get a strong sense of want to be part of the club. So he and Dumpy have that in common. But Dumpy's more experienced in his ability to con the unsuspecting people that are not that, I don't know, bright. What is wrong with him? He's in that position because he will do the unthinkable because of the money. And it seems to me, I don't know his background, and this kind of motivates me to find out his background. Let's do that as a research project. What is Tom Homan's background? Because what I see is he will do anything for the money. So he's a useful idiot, which is necessary for a fascist regime. Putin has Dumpy as his useful idiot. Dumpy has Tom Homan as his useful idiot. I'm just stating the facts. So Tom Homan will do anything provided he's paid for it. So that's kind of a scary thought. But I also have the Wheel of Fortune here, which means things are going to turn for him. And the Wheel of Fortune, even though it sounds like, it might sound like it's fortunate, it depends on the reading, but it depicts a big switch. And this is a big switch for Homan. It looks to me like the money, the source of the money will be found out. And I'm just going to tell you, the other thing that they are is absolute masters of projection. We all know that. I think it bears repeating. But what he's doing, I'm basing on the cards that I'm getting. I keep on getting this pay per conquest kind of vibe, like they're doing human trafficking. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. And then they're projecting that onto Albrego Garcia. So that's a further tell, right? So remember I was comparing it to the meter maids? I just came from City Hall. I just had to pay like 3 parking tickets because I don't have a parking spot in front of my place. So annoying. But anyway, remember I was comparing it to like a meter maid. They get accolades. I don't know if they get kickbacks, but I'm sure they get a lot of credit for when they, tag more cars. So that's why when the meter goes 5 minutes over, voila, I get a ticket. Just got to pay attention to those things. Yeah, so Tom Homan, it's really just, it's almost like they don't have to pay him very much to do the most heinous things. Now, Pam Bondi, I know her name is Bondi, but I call her Pam Blondie, is lying absolutely shamelessly, and like she's completely unaware that it's not even a minuscule amount, there's not a minuscule amount of believability to how she's behaving. So she's up there, talking about Garcia, he's a human trafficker, and then she's going into great detail about it's the most horrible thing ever. These are very serious crimes. This one really gets me. He was transporting aliens. Then the image that pops into my mind is like a bunch of aliens in a pickup truck or something. No, they're human beings. I know we used to call people who immigrated to the United States, and if they were illegal aliens, but that kind of went out with the whole PC being politically correct. Remember that? Remember that era? Be nice to go back to that. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about her mental stability, or lack thereof. What's going on with her? Definitely, I've heard she's a Scientologist, so definitely she can get in that one track. It's interesting. She can get on that one track and not detract from that one track in her mind. It fascinates me because I guess, cult mind is kind of fascinating. The human brain is kind of fascinating. But let's see. Let's ask how she's doing now in the face of all this pressure on her. She's clearly projecting what they're doing onto Garcia. And I heard that one of the people that works in the Tennessee justice system quit on account of this being such a sham. These people are just like you and me. The people that, not the Bondis or the Homans, but the people that they're arresting and deporting are just like you and I. Let's read on Pam Bondi. Today has felt like a pivotal day all day, and I think that that's because we're going to see things come to a peak in terms of it gets so intolerable that the whole thing tips. So Pam Bondi, she's able to keep her emotions in check. She's very robotic, but oh yeah, she's definitely being given accolades. These people are making a handsome sum from what they're doing. There's no doubt about it. The Lover card indicates that she's being coerced and enticed. I get that for the both of them, Homan and Bondi, that they're being enticed. They all need a sense of belonging to something. That's very cult mind. That's very cult mind, and she gets accolades. I get a very strong sense of cult mind control with her, very strong. And I think, well, she has ties to Russia, as does the other one. Well, okay, so hang on. Chelsea Gabbard has ties to Russia. That the FBI had a file on her. I feel like with Blondie, it's the same thing. And the Ace of Wands indicates she's like, it's like the information comes in from the Kremlin. This is the sense that I get, like the disinformation. Say this, like this same script as Russian television. RT, they call it. And Tucker Carlson is all over it, and several others. I have a sense of Pam Bondi almost like receiving, like, you know, okay, say this, and then just kind of receiving that, and then she's just like a mimic. She just mimics what she hears. So I feel like she's actually getting pretty emotional. I think that she struggles with depression, and I think that she struggles with eating disorders. And so what I'm picking up like an overwhelming sense of with these two people is a need to belong to something that makes them feel important. They crave attention. It seems like they all have this in common. They would never give up the roles that they're in unless forced. And we can get into that a little bit more tonight. So we'll do that. 7 p.m. Eastern. Like I said, please set a reminder, because I really need help getting more views. I've got over 11,000 subscribers and like 1,000 views. There's something not right there. To book a reading, psychic@dion.com, and I'm offering $50 off to people that send me an email to AnnetteDion7@gmail.com, or you can go to my email from my website and say that you watched Church of Spirituality and you'd like to receive your discount. All right, see you tonight. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up. Bye.